Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Me is Vera Safdar, and my topic of presentation is collections and preservation of blood samples. My presentation is submitted to Dr. Numansha Saki. So I start my presentations. My topic is basically consists of two main topics. First is collection of blood samples, and the second one is preservation of blood samples. So the phlebotomy is the branch of biology that deals with the clinical analysis, mean to say that deals with the collections of blood sample. For collection of blood sample, we have to draw blood from the patients. So the techniques of drawing blood from patients and taking blood specimens to the laboratory for testing is known as phlebotomy. And the second one is the phlebotomist. Phlebotomist is basically the professional skilled persons who gains professional degree in the branch of phlebotomy, which is the branch of biology. So the trained pupils to draw blood from patients, mostly from veins, for clinical testing. So these are the professional skilled persons, and we deal to draw blood from the patients. So before the collection of blood sample, there is a proper systematic way of collecting bloods. So the procedure for blood collections is many, but the most important procedure is venipuncture procedure. Venipuncture procedure means the puncture within the veins. Okay, as the name indicates, the venipuncture procedure. This procedure consists of following steps. The first one step is firstly deal patient warmly. Why it is essential to deal patient warmly? Because it is very important to prepare patients for testing. If the phlebotomist deal patient with hard and in a strict manner, so it causes several problems. Mean to say disagreement of the patient for clinical analysis for the collection of bloods, for which he comes into the phlebotomist in the phlebotomy clinics. So it is very important to deal patient warmly. Second, allow the patient to sit in a chair or bed. If the coming person is a patient, then allow to lay down on the bed. If the coming person is a normal, so then allow to sit in a chair. It's very important. And the next is read the requisition form carefully. What is the requisition form? Basically, it contains instruction, so which was recommended to the patient by the doctors, because it's all about patient information. Okay, so it is very important for phlebotomist before collecting the blood from the patient, so she may read the requisition form carefully. Next, prepare patient as per test records. So now tell the person or patients that the doctor recommends such type of procedure or test for collecting blood from you. So then for next trial, it's all about the preparations of the phlebotomist before collecting the blood from the patients. First, the phlebotomist wear gloves, prepare blood collection instrument. What were the instrument? Holder, needles, tubes, tourniquet. It's basically instrument for applying pressures on the patient's arm, at the side where the phlebotomist collect blood from the side. Then spirit. Why we use spirits? Because before collecting the blood from a given area of the patients, it's very important to clean the sites where the phlebotomist collect bloods, and the cottons and bandages. So labeling tubes with name, patient informations, dates and time. Now select suitable vein. It's very important, guys, that what type of vein is used for collecting blood. It may be the sphelix, it may be the cubital, it may be the basilics. But what type of veins we need to choose for collecting blood? It's very important step. It's depend upon the nature of the veins. Mean to say from which veins we collect blood easily. The most important and most commonly used veins for blood collection is basilisk because it is easily isolated and easily anchored and easily collect bloods. So that's why the phlebotomists mostly use the basilisk veins for blood collection. So in the next steps, apply tourniquet about 3 to 4 inches above the selected puncture site. Why we apply the tourniquet? Because it is just like a pressure. So we apply the pressure so the veins become more prominent, and it's easy for phlebotomists to isolate the veins and easily collect the blood from that side. So we doesn't apply the tourniquet on the puncture side from the blood collection, from where the phlebotomist collect the blood samples, but its tourniquet apply above the 3 to 4 inch size above the selected puncture site. Okay, so it's very important. So prepare patient arm using an alcohol move in a circular fashion. So if we prepare our phlebotomist prepare the patient's arm using an alcohol for cleansing purposes. So move in a circular fashions. So it's very important for the circulations of the blood. So the blood is circulated in a very smooth way. So when you apply the tourniquet, it's very important that suddenly that blood may be the clump of coagulated or bluish skins appear. So it's very important to cleanse the blood in a way using the cottons and move the patient arm circular way so the blood is circulate in a proper manners. If the clumpings or coagulations of blood take place, then it's very difficult and it may be the harsh to collect blood from the patient arm. And the next steps, grasp the patient arm firmly by using the thumb to anchor the vein. Okay, so it's all about the skills. It depends upon the skills of the phlebotomist, how he grasps the patient arm firmly to anchor the veins, because veins, the most important defects is here, the veins may be disappear suddenly. So it's all depend upon the skills of the phlebotomist. So the needle should 15 to 30 degree angle. Why the needle should be 15 to 30 degree angles? Because the veins, the needle size depend upon the nature of the veins. If the veins is broader, then the 15 to 30 degree angles needle is used, because it's easily to calculate or collect blood from the veins. So degree of the needle is very essential steps for collecting bloods. So swiftly, in the next step, swiftly insert the needle through the skin and into the lumens of the veins. So a lumen is basically the fluid which is present within the veins. So immediately insert. If you insert the needle slowly, then it may cause some heart problem while collecting blood from the patients. So in the next step, when the last tube is to be drawn is filling, remove the tourniquet. Okay, when and the last tube, how much blood the phlebotomist collect from the patient's arm under pressure and patients by using the venipuncture procedures. So immediately remove the tourniquets after after collecting the required amount of blood from the patients. In the next steps, remove needles using the swift backward motion. Mean to say, immediately remove the needles from the patient arm. If the phlebotomist remove needles slowly, it also causes clumping of blood, and it causes the several issue for the patients who come in the phlebotomist for collecting bloods. So dispose the contaminated syringe needles and mix and label all tubes of patients. So it's very important to label all tube with the patient information, because sometimes the patient in phlebotomist for many of the persons come for blood collecting. So it is very important because every patient tubes should covered with its own instruction, so the blood doesn't mix and it doesn't cause confusion. So the every patient got information according to his own blood samples. So in the next, apply adequate pressure to avoid the formation of hematoma while needle is out of the arm. So why the phlebotomist apply pressures after removing the needle in a swift backward motion? Because some of the dead tissues comes at the puncture site, and sometimes viral attack, sometimes bacterial attacks, and other contamination which cause the several hard issue for the patients. So in this way, apply the phlebotomist apply pressures, so it prevent the formation of hematoma. Hematoma basically a collection of dead tissue that's formed at the puncture site. So the doctors need to apply pressure so it the puncture site may recover immediately. So in the previous slide I covered the first topic of my presentation, which is about the collection of blood samples. So now I am going to discuss the preservation of blood sample, which is the second subtopic of my presentation. The whole blood can be stored at 4 to 8 degrees centigrade for up to 24 hours. Mean to say it's nature of bloods. Okay, so it may be stored at 4 to 8 centigrades. Sometime, so every patient has its own nature's body structures, and blood condition also depend upon the patient body. So collected is must be refrigerated. When we store blood and when we collect blood, so it must be refrigerated or frozen and brought to the laboratory as quick as possible. For preventing the coagulations of bloods, a reagent that known as trisodium citrate is mostly used. After collections, blood is allowed to stay warm at room temperature, then mixed by the rotation for at least 2 minutes. Why we rotate bloods for at least 2 minutes? Because all nutrients, all organic, inorganic, plasma or other soil which is present in the blood mix thoroughly before collection. So after collection, so the blood is, that's why we rotate blood for about 2 minutes. Okay, so this are about the preservation of blood sample. Here in the next slide there is an animation about the collection of blood sample. So I think this is very easy, and by after seeing the video you will learn better about my topic of presentation. So in the next slide,
Excel Medical's winged blood collection is the ideal solution for intravenous blood sampling and injections. Its latex-free design provides for rapid venous access while maximizing patient comfort and eliminating the risk of needle stick injuries. The individually packaged set consists of a siliconized stainless steel cannula for easy insertion, flexible wings ensuring easy and secure positioning, a safety lock mechanism with audible click for preventing accidental exposure, and key greases and extension tubing. Apply the tourniquet with the patient's arm in a downward position and cleanse the injection site with the appropriate antiseptic. Attach the adapter by threading it securely onto the Excel tube holder. Directly before insertion, remove the needle safety cover. While grasping the wings with thumb and forefinger, use alternate thumb from below the puncture site to anchor the vein and stretch the skin. Insert the needle into the vein from a shallow angle with a steady advance. A flash of blood will be visible through the translucent device housing. With the tourniquet released, press the first tube to be filled into the tube holder and interior needle puncturing the stopper. Hold the tube firmly in place to ensure complete vacuum draw. Remove of additive. With blood drawn completed, apply a sterilized gauze pad over the insertion site without applying pressure. Release the locking mechanism by gently squeezing the hub on both sides and retracting the needle until an audible click is heard. Apply gentle pressure to the puncture site until bleeding stops. Dispose of the safety set into an approved medical waste container.
So, hope you will understand about the collection of blood samples and preservation of blood samples in the previous slides. In this slide, you will notice that how a phlebotomist applied the X-rays while indicating which type of veins is used to collect suitable for collecting the blood sample. So it may be the basilisk, it may be the cubital, it may be the cephalix, but basilisk vein is more suitable for the collection of blood. So by using the advanced technology, the patients sometimes use the phlebotomist sometimes use the X-rays for indicating which type of vein is suitable for the blood collection. So in this animation you will notice some advanced technology of blood collection by the phlebotomist. Here the phlebotomist cleansing the site before collecting the blood sample from the patients or a person. Now he easily isolate the veins for blood collections easily. Hope so understand you guys. If you have any query, any questions about my presentation, you may ask in the comment sections. So thanks for your anticipations. Allah Hafiz.